What's good, Robert? Nan, KO, Mary, my boy John, Lisa. Hey, what's up? Hey, Zay in the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to multitask here. My bad, y'all. I'm missing y'all. Y'all trickling in right now. Yeah, Queen. Where everybody watching from? Y'all know we got to do roll call. Where y'all watching from? Where everybody tuning in from? I got to represent where y'all from. Okay. Maryland in the house. What's up, OG Bands? Ohio, Oklahoma, New York, Florida. Oh, it's going crazy. High Point, Vermont, Louisiana, damn, Canada, Orlando, Greensboro, Charlotte in the house. You know what I'm saying? Salt Lake City, damn. Oh man, I can't look. Hey, y'all know, hey man, you know nigga was on Hooked on Phonics. Can't read that fast. You feel me? Like that joint was going crazy. Yeah, man. How y'all day going? Whatever time zone you in, you know, how was it? Motherfuckers can't be that bad. Look, we gonna turn up tonight though. But look, I got something crazy for y'all tonight. This is an interview I know it about a long time ago, and I seen it on one of my on my timeline, one of my brother's channels, B-Dale. He did a breakdown on this, and you know, it just stimulated something in my mind, and I just wanted you guys to see this. I want you guys to see this, man, so y'all know that it's like no games out here. You know what I'm saying? Look, this interview, look, this guy that did this interview, he died for this. And I'm going to show y'all some real footage at the end, footage that I recorded. So I got that for y'all too tonight. So it should be a good night. But y'all going to understand what's really going on. And this is the type of stuff we need to look at together to start those conversations of our progression. Y'all ready to get into it? Let's put those nines in the chat. Let's put those nines in the chats if y'all ready. Let's go. Okay. All right, bet. Let's get this game. Hey, y'all got to pay attention, though. Pay attention, man. This dude died for this interview. He died putting this information out here for us. So let's respect it and let's get it. My screen. All right.
Is, of course, Mike with Nibiru News and Someone'sBones.com. Today, I have something very special, something that has been asked for. I have an audio, and at least here, a part of video interview with one of my key sources, one of my key Russian sources, former KGB agent Strelnikov Isaac Stepanovich. How are you doing today, Strelnikov?
All right. It's okay, but I would prefer to call me, you know, it's all right. Strelnikov's fine.
Strelnikov is good. Okay. I mean, if you want me to call you Agent Stepanovich or former Agent Stepanovich or Mr. Stepanovich, I'm comfortable with whatever form of address you prefer.
Yes, I prefer Strelnikov, please.
Okay. Are you comfortable with doing the video, or would you rather not do the video interview?
I would rather not. I mean, no problem, but I prefer to talk.
Okay, no problem. I'd be happy to shut the video. Not a problem. Let me go ahead and kill that camera, and we can do without that.
Thank you.
Okay, let me get rid of you here. Let me just, I'll just shrink it down so tiny that nobody could possibly see it. And I have no need to have myself up there either in that case, since everybody already has a pretty good idea what I look like by now. Anyway, it is a pleasure to have you on today, Mr. Stepanovich. First, I'd like to thank you for agreeing to do an audio interview, part video, I guess. The listening audience knows that I've written countless articles
stressed, right?
based on information you've provided exclusively to me. I know you are a wealth of knowledge, but today I'd like to focus on a single topic. Vladimir Putin's war against an extraterrestrial race called the Anunnaki. Before we get there, though, would you be willing to give us a little of your backstory, your education, work history, and your relationship to Vladimir Putin?
Yes, Mike, but please, I don't like all this Mr. This and Mr. That. Just call me Strelnikov. In Russia, we very much informal, we sit around, drink vodka, sing songs, and tell jokes. I listened to your other interviews with two scientists who are, how you say, anal retentive, right? Demanding you to address them as doctor. I'm just cynical, and I would like it to be like that in the future.
Okay, not a problem. Like I said, I will be happy to call you any name you find acceptable.
Right.
And no problem. We like to keep things informal here on Someone's Bones and the Bureau News. So, go ahead. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Let me think where to start. After high school, I conscripted to Russian military. My VUS, this is sort of Russian equivalent to United States Army, MOS. I was like an intelligence scout. I became very fascinated with gathering information and espionage. When
I see y'all talking about y'all already. Hey, yeah, we already seen you, bruh. Like, nigga, you was asking for it. You feel me?
leave army, I go to KGB, but they turned me down. Oh.
I see. Turned you down?
Yes, they did. They said I had good military service, but they were recruiting only two types of people. Those with college degree and a few for suicide missions. Agent told me if they recruit me, then I would be sent to a mission and probably not come home. So I went to college.
Probably a wise choice given the opportunities you had at the time. What did you study in school?
I graduated from St. Petersburg State University with master's degree in political science, focusing on strategic arms and control studies. When I graduated, I got back to KGB and say, here's my military record, here's my diploma, give me a job. So they checked me out and they said, okay, maybe. I passed all assessment tests and training regiment and was introduced into KGB. And then I worked as junior analyst in Moscow. I hoped for excitement, but job was very, very boring desk job, tedious, About 1 year later, I catch a lucky break. I personally exposed an MI6 and a Mossad agent who had infiltrated into the Ministry of Defense. So they sent me to London as an assistant to the military attaché. Very, very nice ladies in London.
Sure.
And after that, the people up chain of command take notice of my achievement and promote it.
I'm tired of hearing him talk about it.
It was a termination. It was not really a termination. No one ever really leaves the KGB. I was relieved of duty because I had learned so much that I was more, useful outside than inside of agency. The way I see it, President Putin wanted me to expose the truths to the world. As an active KGB agent, I could never do that. But officially, free of the agency's grasp, I could disclose sensitive information. It should be obvious that President Putin is protecting me.
It would certainly seem so. So just to clarify, President Putin, you believe, is using you as an instrument of disclosure. Why would he not just do it himself?
Mike, he cannot present certain issues because he has many enemies. Some topics are too controversial. The fifth column in government and outside world would say that he's like on a wild goose chase in the near abroad or Syria. In Syria, they would say that We are in Syria not to eliminate the terrorist threat, but to pursue some imaginary enemies from space. No? Then the Washington Post would say that President Putin has caught some contagious mental illness or disease when President Trump sneezed. Then Moscow Times and the other Russian pro-NATO liberal papers would all scream out, "It's a contagion. Putin has gone mad like Trump."
The fifth column, could you give us a little more information?
Look, some hopeful politicians and journalists and businessmen also are working for the West and would not miss the opportunity.
About to turn up.
You know, President popularity is great, but his enemies are just waiting for their chance to get him. I'm not the only one, you know. President Putin is using others like me. He wants to disclose information he cannot.
Information like what your government calls the Anunnaki threat?
Among other things, yes.
Let's focus there for a second. To start, can you tell us when your government learned of this race and give us a little background on how Putin determined that they were, shall we say, not very friendly?
Sometimes in late 2012, and I cannot remember the exact date, you know, we began receiving intelligence reports of extraterrestrial, extraterrestrials in conflict areas like Syria, Afghanistan, Georgia, Ukraine, you know. Many reports surface of extraordinarily tall humanoids, 3 to 5 meters. I'm sure you've heard of the Kandahar giant. That's just one of many. What we learn is that this race of evil ETs will seek out hotspots, places of conflict where they can camouflage themselves within the carnage of war. So they appear at battle sites and take corpses of dead and sometimes abduct the living. These stories go unreported because it is easy to explain as battle-induced acute stress and hallucinations.
How convenient. If these events, however, have happened beyond Russia's sovereign borders, in Syria and other nations, why does Putin care?
Because unlike Western leaders, President Putin recognizes this vermin are a great threat to humanity. If we do not fight them in Syria, we will have to fight them in Stalingrad.
Stalingrad? I thought Stalin was not to be mentioned in the new Russia under President Putin.
I was in Paris and they have Stalingrad metro station. So you Westerners think that you can have Stalingrad and us Russians cannot have Stalingrad. That's nonsense.
Okay, well, thank you for clarifying that. And I would never presume to demand political correctness from Russians when I hate it here in America. Anyway, these Anunnaki, what is their disposition? How strong are they?
Unfortunately, it is hard to track exactly how many Anunnaki are currently in this area. In the kill one, many more seem to appear.
Okay, now that we're getting into your nation's efforts to eradicate the Anunnaki, can you tell us how exactly Putin plans?
Yeah, I hear that. They trying to eliminate the Anunnaki. They trying to eliminate the Anunnaki. That's just wild. But you know, you never hear nothing about none of this stuff.
To defeat a technologically and potentially numerically superior foe.
Some things I can say, some I cannot. Yeah. Early on, we discovered that Anunnaki were resilient to small arms fire, like Kalashnikov bullets. Yeah. Usually, they not work on them. President Putin,
bullets don't work on.
I would say secret. He gave a secret executive order to organize nationwide effort to defeat this monster. Military base in Ural. You know Ural Mountains?
Right.
It was repurposed as a top secret ET, like extraterrestrial research center, to train Russian special services and to develop technology capable of reducing these Anunnaki.
I see. I presume you're referring to the Moskoya facility, and I'd like to return to that in a minute. Can you tell me about Russia's earliest skirmishes with the Anunnaki and the outcome of those engagements?
At first, outcome was bad, very bad. We did not know there.
How you think it was gonna go when you trying to fight something that came from another universe? They can travel wherever. Like, how you think that shit was gonna go? I'll let you know this, man. If I was in the line of duty and they told me they gonna send me out here to fight some extraterrestrials that just came from the sky with superior technology, I'm going home. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Nigga, I'm going home. I'm not, look, man, or lock me up. I take all the time. Yeah, go ahead. Like, that's just crazy, bro. Ain't no damn way.
Defense technologies, we received report, we sent Spetsnaz to chase them through vast networks of caves in Syria. We lost many combats there. Our bullets often bounce out of them, you know. And they slaughter our soldiers like pigs in mud. They have plasma-based weapons and also use energy spears to skewer our fighting brothers. We lost maybe 200 men before finding a place in their armor where we can shoot them.
Yeah, a tragic loss of Russia's fighting men. How did your nation discover a weakness in the Anunnaki?
Yeah, that's during an engagement. One Anunnaki mistakenly wounded another, and our Russian survivors of this battle captured the wounded beast and took it to Meshgori. Our top scientists tried to interrogate it, but no luck. We could not understand their language. They speak in chirps and shirts, so if it could understand us, it never let us know. Since interrogation not possible, we do next best thing, science. So we exposed the Anunnaki to extreme heat, extreme cold, acid, even Novichok poison. Nothing worked. Finally, after many months, we discovered two weaknesses. Acoustic weapons of certain frequencies cause Anunnaki much pain and make them fall to the ground.
That's because, you know, they're higher vibrational beings. I get that shit. They shooting different vibrations at them to hurt them. Like, lowering your vibrations. That's why when you get around low vibrational people, it kind of fucks you up sometimes when they ain't vibrating good, you know? Fucks you up. Fucks them up on a whole nother level. That's the real definition of please don't kill my vibe.
Also, they can be killed by energy-based weapons like the laser.
Yeah,
10 kilowatt laser, powerful enough to vapor a single Anunnaki. And this happened. That test subject died. Unfortunately, these weapons right now are large and must be vehicle-mounted. We are training troops with handheld versions, but right now these are only strong enough to stun the smaller Anunnaki, but certainly not all.
Fascinating. Do you know how many encounters have Russian special services had with the Anunnaki?
Yes. 7 that I'm aware of. This does not count the recent bombings of Anunnaki enclaves in Syria.
You say bombings. Bombs, in my mind, are considered conventional weapons.
Yes. Special ordnance developed by Ministry of Defense. I do know technical schematics, but in addition to...
Hey, are y'all picking up on the pattern too? This stuff is happening in areas that are in so-called like wars. Like, why are they at wars? What are they fighting over? If you ask either side, they don't have a real reason at all. So you know it's something bigger outside of that could possibly be going on outside of what they, you know, just some regular beef shit. Like, oh, I hate the way you look. Let's go to war. Start nuking each other and shit. You know? Get it?
You know, explosion, like the weapons release energy pulse on detonation that damages Anunnaki brains.
Well, if that being said, and if that's true, then Putin should have no problem wiping all the existing Anunnaki off the face of the planet.
If only it was so easy. Anunnaki have a unique form of transportation. They use portals which only they can see. They teleport instantaneously from one location to another. If they see the attack coming, they can strike back, and this has happened, or they can vanish through a portal and reappear somewhere else. Maybe thousands of miles away. We speculate that the portals are fixed locations instead installed by the Anunnaki in previous years. And we have no idea how many of these portals are on the planet. It could be millions for all we know, maybe even back to their homeworld.
And based on what you know, where is that?
Russian intelligence believes the Anunnaki are natives of the 5th and 7th planet of Nibiru system.
How did Putin or whomever with the Ministry of Defense come by that information?
Because they told us so.
Some clarification is needed here, Strelnikov. Earlier, a few minutes ago, you said communication with the Anunnaki.
He said because they told him. So y'all know it's getting to that meeting part. Y'all know it's getting to that meeting part, bro. Like, yeah, this shit.
Anunnaki was impossible. That being so, how was this information delivered?
Yes, in that statement, I'm referring only to the captured one, the captured Anunnaki, who would not or could not communicate. But like I said, we had many engagements with these evil creatures. Sometimes ago, after we killed nearly 200 of them in a fight, an Anunnaki emissary reached out to President Putin and offered him an ultimatum. This time he spoke perfect Russian.
Where did this contact happen?
It materialized near Ministry of Defense headquarters and demanded to speak with Putin. Very tall, 4 meters, translucent skin, phasing in and out of existence. Mike, I'm out of time for this today, for this talk.
No problem, Strelnikov. You do not know how grateful I am to you for sharing with us this incredibly important story. I hope that you will agree to chat with me again, as there's certainly a lot more information about the Anunnaki to cover, and yes. I would like to conclude with that topic before we dive into other topics.
All right, Mike. I will be in touch with you.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Strelnikov. You have a good end. Oh, there goes Nasty upstairs. A second interview, and today I am fortunate enough to have Strelnikov Isaac Stepanovich back.
All right, y'all. So now it's about to get into the actual meeting. Y'all know when he was like, "Yo, we demanding that you speak with us." That's because these motherfuckers getting in the way. Like, he gonna say, "Hey, basically, I'm about to run you motherfuckers over now. Trying to spare you now. Leave us the fuck alone."
With us, and I know we'll have a good conversation. Hello, Strelnikov. It's a pleasure to speak with you again.
My pleasure, Mike. I am happy to have the opportunity to share information with your listening audience.
Thank you very much, and they appreciate you too, Strelnikov. Before we get started, I just want to do a brief recap of our last conversation. If anyone out there did not listen to the first interview I did with Strelnikov, I'm going to put the link in the description box below. Strelnikov, when we last spoke, you provided some truly shocking information on the Anunnaki. You said Russia has known of them for many years, that Russian forces have had skirmishes with them, and after some time, Russia did develop weapons that could either kill or wound Anunnaki. At the closing of our last conversation, you said an Anunnaki emissary approached President Putin with an ultimatum. I'd like to start right at that point. Do you remember what was the ultimatum?
Yes, Mike. Like I said, this villainous race, his ability to
Hey, he got his face all in the camera and shit now, y'all. Like, hey, Munchie done fucked up again, didn't he?
Instantaneously transport from one location to another via a nexus of portals that only they can see. Anunnaki appeared near the MOD and demanded to speak with President Putin. I am foggy on some details, but what I know is this. Arrangements were made between Putin and Anunnaki to meet at Putin's mansion on the Black Sea coast near the village of Paraskovivka. At this meeting, the Anunnaki delivered the ultimatum. Leave us alone, we'll leave you alone, or else perish with the rest of the world.
Wow. So what you're essentially saying is that the Anunnaki offered Putin peace in exchange for, shall we say, agreeing to participate in a non-intervention agreement?
Something like that, but it's much more shocking. The Anunnaki told him that in exchange for not interfering with their plans, they would leave Russia alone and not even set foot on Russian soil without explicit permission. The Anunnaki also said they would tell Putin how to survive Nibiru passing through the solar system. On the other hand, if Putin refused to offer the Anunnaki said Russia would be the first to fall and its people would be enslaved and taken as food.
Holy smokes.
Whoa. Whoa. That you've been enslaved and taken as food. I don't know about y'all, man, but look. I'm not down with eating white people, man. I'm cool on that shit. Like, I'm good. White people, you ain't got to worry about me. I do not want to eat you. Feel me? But nah, these people are something of themselves. We're just we're different. We're different than them, though. It's crazy.
Assuming that to be true, it's hard to imagine why Putin declined such an, I'm being facetious here, a generous offer. Wow. Why would Putin deny that?
Because Mike Putin does not trust them. He may be an optimist, but he is not stupid. He figured that the Anunnaki would dishonor any agreement. These creatures are devilish and manipulative. So Putin told them to go away. We do not want you here. He told, leave the planet.
Everything that be like black, they be devilish or some shit. You know, that's because these are darker beings. Like, they like black as fuck. You feel me? Like, and and they super tall, but they're like humanoid black people type shit. But not like it, we don't look. I don't know, man. Fuck it. I'll show you some pictures.
And never come back. You know what the Anunnaki told them?
No, but I'm hoping you'll tell me.
The Anunnaki said to Putin, Earth is our planet, not yours. We are the ones who seeded the Earth with strands of life. He said that they grew all life on Earth. As in a giant petri dish. Humans, the Anunnaki said, belong to them, just as your mother's chicken belonged to her.
Wow.
So every 3,600 years, give or take, they return to harvest.
Harvest what?
Us. We are little more than food and slave labor for them.
Oh. Theological repercussions.
Shit. You feel me? Shit. Not me. Not me. Look, nigga, look. If you want us to mine some gold and shit again, look, man. And you feed us and shit, alright. You know? Don't do weird shit to us and be trying to fuck us up and shit. Like, just take it easy. Be easy. I'm playing. Hey, look, man. I'm not going to no mines, harvesting no gold, being nobody food. I fight first.
That is a frightening thought to comprehend. How did the Anunnaki respond to Putin's answer?
The Anunnaki said, you've been warned, and left.
And yet, no massive Anunnaki force has invaded Russia.
At least not yet.
One thing I really don't understand. If the Anunnaki have the ability to instantly travel anywhere they want using these portals, I mean, Why haven't they just sent a brigade of soldiers into Moscow? If the Anunnaki who wanted to speak to Putin showed up at the MOD, obviously they must have these portals in Russia already.
For every answer we know, there are two we do not. It is possible the case can accommodate only a certain number of Anunnaki before needing a recharge. We just don't have all the answers, but keep in mind that Anunnaki do not just attack military, they work behind the scenes. Evil machinations with human beings corrupted by Anunnaki's sinister agendas. If they can infiltrate government positions and influence law, they need not show up with guns blazing.
Huh. Fascinating. Does Putin believe right now, does he think that the Anunnaki have infiltrated the Russian government?
No. But he believes other nations have been compromised.
What nations, for instance?
For instance, yours.
Putin believes the Anunnaki have infiltrated the White House?
Not sure about now, but under the Obama administration, many Anunnaki roamed the White House corridors. I really don't have more information on that.
Well, interestingly enough, you're not the first person to make such a suggestion. I haven't heard about the Anunnaki infiltrating the White House, or others have talked about another race called the Reptilians, but we're not going to go there right now. Let's step in a different direction. According to you, Russian forces have clashed at least 6 times with the Anunnaki, resulting in many deaths on both sides. Where is the photographic or video evidence of the engagements? People like me and others who report on this topic, we take huge hits to our credibility because we don't have that hard evidence. I'm sure it must exist in an era where Big Brother watches everything, where soldiers have body cameras. So there should be footage or pictures of these Anunnaki or Anunnaki corpses. What do you say to that?
Yes, Mike, I realize this is a big problem. Any footage is classified at the moment at most secret level. Even I have not seen it. Does it exist? Probably yes. Keep in mind that lack of thereof also affects my credibility. Yeah,
I can see that.
I share what I can. As to corpses of Anunnaki, there are none. The Anunnaki biology is most strange. Their insides contain a corrosive bile that at the time of death literally dissolves both endo and exoskeleton. Only skulls have been known to survive this process, and photographs of Anunnaki head bones on the internet.
All right. And I have seen photos on the internet of elongated skulls that many say are Anunnaki. But digressing, I've known you for many years, and I absolutely believe that you're given the best possible information to which you've been exposed. However, as a journalist, I have to question everything. You've mentioned Anunnaki use plasma-based weapons and energy spears, and that their bodies liquefy at time of death. Now, these are conventions of 2 popular American science fiction franchises, specifically the Predator and Alien series, respectively. It seems a bit convenient that the Anunnaki lore mimics these fictional inventions. What do you think?
Michael, the margin or level of separation between fiction and reality is very narrow. I have never seen these movies. I've heard about them, but I've never seen them. I do not like movies. But the technologies used by the Anunnaki.
What's wrong with him? He don't like movies, but I bet. I guess because he's seen too much real shit.
They're real and are deadly. Ministry of Defense worked tirelessly to understand their technology and find a way to counter it.
Thank you. You previously said, to your knowledge, other nations do not take the Anunnaki threat as seriously as does Putin, or if at all. Now, it has been suggested to me that Trump and Putin are in a secret alliance to defeat them, and that all the current rabid anti-Russian sentiment going on right now is a dog and pony show to distract people from that, from Trump and Putin actually working together. What do you say about that?
Look, Michael, I wish this to be true. I wish your American president would take this threat and as seriously as does President Putin. I have seen no evidence showing cooperation between them.
All right.
If they're working together, Michael, then the rouse is so elaborate that even President Putin doesn't know he's working with Trump to fight Anunnakis.
Okay, so you're saying it's not true?
That's what I said.
Yeah. Do you think Putin stands a chance of winning this war on his own?
I think, I don't know. What I think doesn't matter, Mike.
Okay, then that's
You
a
don't
no?
want to say no?
I didn't say that. Please don't put words in my mouth.
All right, fair enough. I want to make sure we get you accurately. Let's veer in a different direction. When it comes to the...
Hey, he ain't want that smoke. I don't know who he more scared of, the Anunnaki or Putin, bro. Like, he ain't want to say it. He ain't want to say it. That shit funny as hell.
Anunnaki, they've been described looking in various different forms or configurations. Giants, 7 to 15 feet tall, tan skin, translucent skin. Some even say they shimmer in and out of existence, kind of almost incorporeal. Some say bipedal. I've heard reports of there being quadruped Anunnaki. Does your government have any idea why why these reports vary so widely?
Yes, Mike. The Anunnaki breed with other races, and not just humans. The offspring are hybrid monsters inheriting traits from the male Anunnaki and the female of whatever species it impregnates. This accounts for the discrepancies. So, look, make no mistake, the Anunnaki genes are the dominant ones, and even half-breeds are...
I wonder why their genes are the dominant genes. So basically, he's saying that they go around from different planet to planet, busting cheeks, getting motherfuckers pregnant, pulling off with the babies. Now they like hybrids. That's basically what happened to us, y'all. Came down here, they bust some cheeks, developed us, then they left.
Are deadly and dangerous, and as much a threat to Earth as a full-blooded Anunnaki.
Wow. So the Anunnaki males are breeding with females of other species. I assume the females are not willing participants.
Why would you assume that, though?
They are victims.
I mean, you can go from galaxy to galaxy dropping dick. Like, when was that ever like? See, they hating, bruh. I guess that wasn't a willing thing, bruh. Look, they out here dropping dick off in different universes. That's some crazy shit right there. You feel me? Like, stop playing.
The Anunnaki genetic experimentation process.
They was giving it up.
Have you learned from your government how many races the Anunnaki might have mingled with? I know it's a question out there.
This I do not know, but more than just humans.
All right.
Look, I have to go now, Mike. I have emergency. We'll talk soon again.
All right. Well, Strelnikov, I very much appreciate your time that you take to come on and provide this information to myself and to the audience out there. Do me a favor, please. Shoot me an email when you have time to talk again. I do want to continue close.
But yeah. So that right there, bro, he died after that. Like, he died after that. Like, y'all know these whistleblowers, bro, they don't be having Strange things be happening to him, man. You can piece together a lot of stuff. You can believe what you want to believe. It's just an interesting story. I'm not telling you what to believe, but it's just another source of information that you can go with. Knock yourself out with it. But I thought that was pretty crazy though. You gotta think about it though. You hear how you talking about them and shit. You know how them Russians and shit be feeling. How they feel about dark skin. Found out them niggas on them spaceships. There was niggas on them spaceships. Putin was like, they're fucking monsters. They are. Look at their black asses on the ship. Look at these niggas on the ship. That's what that was. They were so disgusted. Ugh. How dare these niggas fly around the universe and I can't? You feel me? Like that shit crazy. Right. My guy had to go. He knew they was on to him. The hell was he doing in that room too with all them wires? He was building a one of those. I ain't gonna say it on here because you know how YouTube is. They had demonetized the video with some real shit. Yeah, they was disgusted. I'm telling you, they was disgusted. He was absolutely disgusted when they knew it was niggas on the plane. I mean on the spaceship. But yeah. Look, it's a lot of different shit we can talk about stemming off of this. I'm not telling y'all what to believe, but like I said, it's an interesting story. But yeah, did y'all remember that TikTok about the God that said that he would be back and there will be more of us, and that it was a black man, and they kept killing him, and he kept coming back together, materializing. He kept materializing, and he said, "All right, he'll leave," and he said he'll be back with more. And this time it'll be nothing else you can do about it. That's just something fun to think about too, as well. You know, that right there sounds like the same shit to me. You said he was mining Bitcoin? Yeah. Hey, facts though. That could be it. He probably was making, like, with that rig right there. Yeah, he probably was making a whole bunch of bread then. I mean, y'all got money in Bitcoin. That joint is like at $18,000 for Bitcoin right now. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all my videos though that I got. Very interesting. Pull these up. Hold up. I'm just gonna. I ain't even gotta look through them much. I'm just gonna absolutely just show y'all. Yep. Right there. All right. Yeah. All right. Can y'all see? Y'all can see my cursor on there. Okay. Cool. All right. So y'all see that right there? Look at that shit. These shits be out there all the time. They're not satellites. Because now they be popping up in the daytime too, around the chemtrails. In my backyard. Yep. Oh, you can see it. Look at it. It's moving clearly. Yep. Look. It's not blinking, none of that. Oh, I want to get the next one. Hold on. And there's so many of them out there. Hold on. Damn. So many of them out there. See, that's what a plane looks like at night. Yep. Right there. That's a plane, y'all. That's what a plane looks like. They have to have beeping lights on them. Alright, I'm gonna show y'all another one. Oh yeah, it's moving. Look at it go. Playing out in the distance. Don't let it go off frame, and I'm gonna go back into frame for y'all. There you go. I'm gonna move a little bit. Look, it's moving. Y'all see it yet? Right there. You see it? Look, it's approaching this other star right here. Right there. Look. See how fast it's moving? Look, over here. The plane is over there. Right there. That's what a plane look like. Right. Hard to like keep tracking them once you get your eye off of them. Like to look through the camera and get it on camera. I was looking at it with my eye. Look at it. Look right here. Out. Look at that. That's sitting right there. Look, it's still moving. It's going past them. Look at that. That's still right there, stationary.
This ain't no plane.
Look, it's approaching this.
It's gonna go. It's gonna keep going towards.
Y'all seen the difference between the plane and these? Look, it'll start changing direction.
What is that, y'all?
They stop. They turn off the light.
No cap. I'm gonna turn around. I don't want to fall in my pool. Look at this.
Yeah. I probably almost fell in the pool, y'all. Look at that. Hey, real nigga almost fell in the pool. Hey. Look. See, look. That's basically. Oh, where that last one?
Once again, y'all, something like this right here.
That's a plane.
It's a plane. Clearly see it beeping, right?
Y'all can see the difference. I'm gonna keep showing y'all this.
They be closer in orbit and they move a lot. They appear to move faster because they're closer down here. But those other aircrafts are like a lot.
All right.
Right there. It's gently moving across the sky, y'all. It's right there. See it? Look at that. It's not beeping. None of that.
It clearly approaching this tree.
Stay focused on it.
That one was kind of far away, but you can just see it. Look, this is a plane right here. See the planes? The planes are taking off. These are planes.
It's gonna come out the other side. You see that thing's down below to the left over
Look at that.
there? Those are airplanes.
That's a plane.
Those are airplanes. You see how they beep?
That shit crazy, right?
Trees.
That's a plane.
See it to the left over there? Those things beep. This thing right here does not at all. They move all night. Okay, it's so many of them. I'm trying to put my phone down.
Right here.
Damn,
I can see it already.
Things aren't.
Look at it. Look at it. It's getting further away from this one.
It's crazy.
It's hard to get them sometimes. Yeah, it's hard to get them sometimes. Like, but it's a lot of shit going on in there. Yeah, the planes are, see, these things be way up there, y'all. I'm talking about they be out of orbit type thing. They like look like they're actually there at the stars. And they're not satellites, bro. Not satellites at all. So, yeah. That shit's crazy. And it happens like every night. And this is one of the hottest areas in the area I live in, like with this type of activity. So I thought that was just interesting, and I thought I should get that on camera. But I'm gonna get some more and I'm gonna show y'all, like, shit crazy. But it's pretty dope though when you do see them. It's pretty dope. And this usually starts around like 7 o'clock my time that they start coming out. You'll get some that as soon as I pull out my phone, they be like, "Oh, that nigga outside again recording us," and that's what I think they be saying up there. Since we already know they black. So that's what they be saying. Oh, the nigga got his camera out again, goddamn it! Like, so they turn off the lights, and you can see the bodies. I like when they turn off the lights. I have very sharp eyes. You can see you can still see the shape of it moving up there. They're very big. They're very big. I got some more weird shit that's happening. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all where it's at. Yep, I got some more shit for y'all. I ain't gonna leave y'all hanging like that. I got you. Wow. All right. So this is from what is this dude channel? Mr. MBB333. Check this out though. This is shit that's been happening out here in our area. What's up?
Class solar flares in the last 48 hours. Look for that activity to increase as the Earth-facing side of the sun, as you can see here, is starting to get more and more active. This is a huge active region that's turning towards the Earth. This region down here is turning away from the Earth, but a bigger one is coming in. Okay, I want to take you guys now up to Denmark. This video footage was sent in by the Piz girl from Denmark who noticed a rectangle, very obvious rectangle, hanging in the daytime sky underneath a bank of what looked like natural clouds. But she couldn't help but notice the 90-degree angles here and here on opposite ends of what looks like a rectangle in the daytime sky. And that's what compelled her to take this video, not the normal looking clouds. That's why she spanned over here to the left and then over here to the right. The rest of the clouds look normal except for what looks like a rectangle in the daytime sky. And we've been seeing these here recently, especially in the last month. Here's a enhanced version of the same video. Basically, light is dark and dark is light. You can clearly see what looks like a rectangle. Just looks out of place, doesn't fit in with the rest of the clouds. Going to take you guys now down to Louisiana. Video footage sent in by Karma J out of Shreveport, Louisiana, who noticed what looks like a perfect triangle off in the distance here. We're going to zoom in and take a closer look at this anomaly in the sky. The rest of the clouds look like normal clouds. You can see the sun tucked in behind the clouds up there, and then right here you can see once again those very defined sharp corners that normal clouds don't typically have sharp corners like that. I mean, pretty obvious. That's a rectangle sitting there in the sky, occupying space, and the clouds are kind of revealing its presence in the daytime sky, visible from Shreveport, Louisiana. That is nearly a perfect triangle. Once again, video footage sent in by Karma J out of Shreveport, Louisiana, who was very taken back by this structure in the sky and spent quite a bit of time videotaping this object. I'm just sharing a small version of the video footage that she shared with me that I'm sharing with you guys. I want to take you guys now to North Carolina, where another viewer noticed yet another triangle. However, this one was noticed in the nighttime sky by Jonathan out of North Carolina on the night of September the 9th. And he too noticed what looked like a triangle in the clouds above North Carolina. The first one we just saw was above Shreveport, Louisiana. This one above North Carolina in the nighttime sky. That's how obvious this was, that he noticed this in the dark. The clouds were glowing just a little bit, kind of revealing some of the features in the clouds, and you can clearly see what looks like right there, a void in the clouds. And that void is shaped exactly like a triangle with sharp corners. I mean, what are the odds? Clouds do not normally function like that. It doesn't look natural. It looks like it's of intelligent design. Doesn't look like a natural cloud. He filmed this for quite some time. He was very taken back by what he saw in the nighttime sky. There's an enhanced version over here on the left. I just simply adjusted the contrast, the lighting. There really wasn't much color to work with because it was a nighttime sky, but I did try to adjust the contrast and add some lighting to it to try to pull forward some of the obvious features that he noticed in the nighttime sky without any type of enhancement. Here I enhance it even more, and you can clearly see what looks like a perfect or nearly a perfect triangle in the nighttime sky above North Carolina. Been seeing triangles here recently, been seeing rectangles here recently, and quite a few of them, not only in the northern hemisphere, but in the southern hemisphere as well. Okay, I want to take you guys now back.
Yeah. That's just wild, yo. That's just wild. Pittsburgh Princess. Glad to finally catch you live. I appreciate it. Appreciate you. Appreciate it. But yeah, man, this shit's wild. Like, it's y'all gotta look, man. When y'all get a chance, when y'all out there grounding and stuff, just look in the sky. I seen stuff. Look, this is my second story. All right. So the other day we went in the backyard. They were doing chemtrails. The chemtrails went in the shape of, it went in an X. It formed an X in the middle of the sky. So we was out there chilling, getting some sun, grounding and stuff. All of a sudden, you see within the chemtrail, it was like a ball or something. Like a ball. Like a white ball. And it was just sitting there in the chemtrail. Looking at the chemtrail, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, hey, cuz, am I tripping? Something in the chemtrail right there. You know, you got to check. So he was like, nah, cuz, you ain't tripping. We got to verify, you know? So the shit started moving. Okay, so it started moving. I was like, all right, maybe it's a shiny balloon or something. Maybe it be a, shiny balloon. So it's moving, but it's big. And then it started to move to the right, and then it started to go up. Just go straight up. So it went up so far that it was up higher than the planes, and I can still see it. Just as good as I seen it before. Now, 15 minutes go by, we look down, look at the chemtrail. The chemtrail is going the opposite way of the so-called balloon. So I'm just like, damn. Is it making sense to y'all? The wind is taking the motherfucking chemtrail this way. The balloon object, whatever I'm trying to think that it is, went this way and went up, and it's still continuing to go up. So it went completely against the way that the wind was blowing. So now I'm like, oh shit, that's something. You know what I'm saying? That's something. And it was just there. It was just hovering for like another 20 minutes, and then it just all of a sudden, like when we all looked away, it just disappeared because we were staring at it the whole time. It was like one of those moments where you just locked in. Yeah, the shit, it's crazy. But I'm gonna let y'all, like, y'all gotta understand that our government has certain capabilities too. All that cloaking of equipment, planes, stuff like that. That's old technology. That's real old technology. We way past that. So we can cloak planes. We can cloak people. Been done already. So yeah, think with these planes, that's nothing. Capabilities, like, you know, the shit that we see and we have. Do you ever think that they would let us ever be on the same level as them as far as technology? Not at all. Absolutely not, nigga. So these iPhones that everybody got, or your newest Android, that's old. This is primitive to them. The other technology is so superior. Real talk. You don't see your number. Yeah, so I mean, that's the shit that's out there. We just gotta pay attention, y'all, like to what's really going on. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed this, man. I'm gonna shoot some more videos for y'all. And you know, I might drop some more videos tomorrow, go live. I appreciate y'all tuning in. You feel me? This was a real interesting video right here. For sure. But yeah, I'm out of here, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Y'all be safe. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Stop eating processed foods. All of us. All right.